and welcome back again. So, someone asked about the microgreens that we grow and if we can elaborate a little bit. See, we're listening and I'm taking it. So please, if you have a topic or something we wanted to talk about or cover, let us know. So anyway, microgreens, we grow microgreens. Even if you don't have a garden, even if you live in a winter climate and it's middle of winter, you can actually do some gardening. You can grow microgreens and sprouts. Now, what is the difference between a sprout and a microgreens? Because some people get them confused. I used to be one of them. So sprouts is something you germinate a seed and you eat the whole plant. So you eat the root, the stem, and the flower or leaves. Microgreens you grow in soil or grow them in water. It's the immature plant of a bigger plant like kale or broccoli. So you can pretty much microgreen any plant. But our favorite is actually broccoli, peas, lettuce, kale, and sometimes radishes. They get a little bit spicy and the kids don't like them. And sunflowers. And that is just a preference of our family, but you can also do cabbage. You can even mix them up a little bit. You have to make sure obviously that they have kind of the same grow time. So microgreens are jam-packed with nutrients. One of the microgreens that are most powerful are actually sunflower, broccoli, and peas, but all of them are good. And even sprouts, may I add, are really, really good. But microgreens, because it grows in soil and you fertilize them, they get more nutrients. So they're actually more nutritional than their mature plants. So if you eat broccoli sprouts, it's actually healthier than the actual broccoli. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't eat broccoli. So how do we eat them? We eat them in our salads. We eat them on sandwiches. You probably see me making avocado toast. The kids will just grab one of these and start eating them because, well, they find them really fun. What I love about microgreens is that they grow really fast. It can be anything from about a week to 10 days to 2 weeks, depending on what seed we're growing, of course, what plant. So, how do you grow microgreens? Okay, it's easy. I'm just using these trays that I actually inherited from my friend. And these are the broccoli sprouts. I just show you, like these are mature. Look how beautiful they are. And they're so delicious. And so what you need is a plastic tray now, or a tray. You can actually grow them in pots. I have done that many, many times. Actually, when we lived in Sweden, I grew them in plastic food containers. Also, the milk cartons, I would just cut them in half and use those. So you can you do not need to go out and buy fancy microgreens trays, okay? I just happen to actually inherit these. But you want to have some soil and you want to have some fertilizer. So what I do is I mix in some compost and some trace minerals. Now I will put the description to my post about this. The thing is that growing microgreens is also cheap because, all you need is a bag of seeds like this. So here is peas and here we have kale. And you paid maybe $3, depending on what seed and where you buy them, of course. And you sprinkle them on and just mix it in with the soil and then sprinkle the seeds on top. Now peas would take much, much longer. I can show you here. These are the peas. I planted these about 10 days ago. They're coming up and some of them are mature enough that we can eat, but some of them are taking much longer. We keep our microgreens in the garage because they're not in the way and we can grow a lot out there and they get some sun. So yes, they do need to have some sun. So if you are growing this indoors and it's a winter climate, it's a little darker, I would suggest getting a grow light. You do need to have a spray bottle because you spray the microgreens twice a day. That's at least what I do. If you forget one day, don't worry about it. Just go back, spray a little bit extra. And when do you harvest them? Well, you can see when they are becoming mature, and all depends on the plant. You can wait and let them grow a little bit more, but usually after 10 days or so, you can harvest them and you just cut them down. I know it can be tempting to wait a little bit for them to get bigger. The problem is that they might start yellowing because there will be lack of nutrients in the soil because the plant has sucked it up. Do they regrow? I can see that yes, sometimes they will regrow. The problem is, like anytime you grow anything, you do need to add more nutrients to the soil. Otherwise, the plant doesn't have any nutrients to grow. So for us, we would just take out the seeds and we will start fresh again. And we keep doing this over and over again to always make sure that we have microgreens. Now, because someone also asked about sprouts. We do sprouts as well. So we're lucky because we can actually buy our sprouts in bulk Not everyone has the privilege, I get it, but you know, this is their ways too, because you can compost it or recycle it. So there are two ways that we grow them. One is in a sprouting jar, and it has like a little thing that you just put it on so they can drain, which is pretty good because you don't want to have a lot of moisture in it. So I will just put in some seeds with some water and soak them overnight. And then in the morning, I will rinse them. And I will rinse the sprouts every day. And I rinse it just by putting water in and then put them upside down, like a little bit angled so the water will drain. And I will do this until they are done, which takes about, I would say again, about a week to 10 days, depending on the temperature. You can also use the sprouting bag. I really like this because when you rinse them, you just rinse them, and then I will just hang them up to drip off in the sink. You don't have to go out and buy fancy sprouting stuff, okay? You can take a jar. You can take a regular bag, as long as it has like a little drawstring so you can hang them up on. Just take a jar, any mason jar, and instead of this, you just put a cheesecloth over with a rubber band. Works great too. This is how we used to do it. So anyway, I hope this was helpful, and come back and see you soon again. Bye.